Do you think if you and I all of a sudden get this desire to go want to go party with ravers for 90 days, every day, okay? I don't know why, but let's just say it happens. And every day they're doing ecstasy and coke. And we're with them 24/7 for 90 days. How long before we were tempted to do cocaine and ecstasy?
I think I'm tempted before you. You probably slapped me in the side of the head, which is why I don't do it.
Yeah, but the point is, we're both at one point going to be like.
fix?
So the point I'm trying to make to you is, do you think there was an element
Of groupthink.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's what people want to hear, because I think, it was kind of like, what do you guys, what are we saying here with, this thing's gonna, Rachel Maddow, the highlights. I don't want to play the highlight reel. You've seen it many times. That goes viral. Oh, it's gonna prevent you from actually getting.
She had it wrong.
Then boom, boom, boom.
She had it wrong.
Boom.
People put up clips of me all the time.
Dude, but Fox got sued $800 million for freaking Dominion. How much did CNN, MSNBC get
This
sued?
is different. This is different. There's a material difference, okay? What Fox got jammed up for was knowing something wasn't the way that they were reporting it, but continuing to report it that way for advantage.
You're saying the people at MSNBC, ABC, CBS, CNN didn't know that some of this stuff was real?
I'm saying that the media would love to take new information and use it to hang the government's position. I mean, the media loves doing that.
Right.
So if we had found out during the time that, hey, they actually don't know how this technology works in this vaccine, we would have gone crazy on it, because the media feeds on accountability, especially when it's low-hanging fruit. What I'm saying is, was there groupthink? Yes, because we didn't have a reason to be suspicious. The Reagan, trust but verify. There's no data. Oh, but we've never had this vaccine before. That's not true. They were saying the reason Operation Warp Speed happened so fast is, one, Trump made it happen fast. He removed, obstacles, bureaucratic obstacles, right? Everybody was praising him for it. And that's one thing I want people to remember. You want to come at me, come at me. That's why I'm here. But you do not go after your people the way that you go after me for the same things, even if they had much more responsibility for what was going on than I would ever have. I'm a journalist. I wasn't creating policy. But Warp Speed happened really fast because they also knew the technology, and they'd been playing with it for so long. And they were able to get it done. Now, have they had the right level, the requisite level of curiosity going forward? No. And how do we know? Because the recommendations of how often you have to be vaccinated. Have you noticed how quiet it's gotten? Yeah. That they're not pushing the booster.
Listen, you just defended Fauci, and then you threw Trump under the bus indirectly, and you said, the buck stops with you. You're trying to find a boogeyman to blame China, and then at the same time, I don't think he was pro-China, because to say he's pro-China, he gave more tariffs to China than anybody else. Every other day he was giving them tariffs.
He was praising them early on.
No, but he wasn't. The position he had with China was always a person that he kept at a distance like this by giving them tariffs. So he wasn't like friendly.
That's on the business trade side. I'm saying on COVID early on. You could just Google it. Early on, he was saying they're being so cooperative. This is great. China's being great. Then it spread like wildfire.
Then he shuts down China from traveling in.
He tried
and then Nancy Pelosi goes and says, this guy goes to Chinatown.
Calm down. Don't listen to him.
And then Anthony Fauci.
But he was wrong. She was wrong.
Was Fauci
She
wrong?
was way more wrong
Fauci
than
was
Trump.
wrong a ton. They were all wrong.
Hey, we're okay
because they were making guesses. And also, but let's just be, let's just call it straight. Science is not politics. There should have never been white coats forward-facing the American people and telling us what to do and not do. These were political judgments. And here's why it doesn't work. They're saying it's here. It's on the table. Everybody's cleaning everything. There are all these cleaning teams cleaning everything.
Yeah, social distancing
There's all this
was
money,
bullshit. They made
right?
that up.
It was like bed bugs times 1,000,000. Now they realize it's aerosolized, and they change it. Everybody on the right uses it as a sword and says, you can't believe them. They changed their story. That's science. They learned something different about how the virus is communicated.
Bro, they use guilt like no other ex-girlfriends or, people have used on you. The guilt they used on you was 100 times more powerful than a Middle Eastern mother uses on their kids. That was a level of guilt you'll never see. It was unbelievable. I was put in the weirdest situations where the amount of animosity it created, the position you had. How could you're okay with your grandmother dying?
Yeah.
You're okay with your dad dying? You're okay with this? I'm like, dude, just stop with this nonsense guilt approach. And you know what it did?
I don't have any, I understand why you were upset at that, but I wasn't doing that.
I'm not saying you.
I was talking to Byron about his role as a leader with why he was messaging what he was. Look, if people didn't want to wear masks, I said, all right, fine, then don't wear the mask.
Yeah.
But understand, they're going to jam you up. I got jammed up from coming back from a run without a mask on when I walked into my building, and somebody called the New York Post. And they say, you're a hypocrite. No, I'm not a hypocrite. I was taking a run, go in, and I said, you got a choice to make. I haven't had all the boosters. Why? Because my doctor said, you keep getting this thing. We're looking at your blood work. You have so many antibodies that we don't know what the vaccine would do for you as opposed to you. So don't take it. That's what my doctor said.
Can I say something here? Tom, we'll follow up on this. Do you have anything you want to say about this, Tom, or no? You look like you want to say something.
Yeah, I history gives everybody ability to look back. But
why did your voice change? Your voice changed a little bit. I want the main Tom voice.
Bring Tom back.
Give me the sexy
Barry White.
Baby, come back.
I think history allows you to go back and do a lot of things. But at the time, it was pretty shrill and it was panicked. And I believe that the media was shrill and panicked and towing the line that was there. And yes, you can say it was science and science came forward, but you also had people coming and posting papers that were very cogent saying, look, the fastest vaccine prior to this for something like this ever was the mumps, and it took this long. Well, this is different. We have mRNA technology, and we know all this. But there was so much that we didn't know. And there were clotting. There was data about people that were suffering clotting very quickly. And so for the scientists that wanted to say, hey, it's just science. It's not on the table. Now it's aerosol. Now we know. Those same scientists were not looking at some of the things and side effects that were happening to people very immediately. And they didn't want that science because the narrative was locked down. And I think it was really shrill. And I think history gives us the ability to go back and look at it, but I think history also gives us an opportunity to go back and look at it and saying, if it happened again right now, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that.
But I mean, Fauci, and I know, Chris, I mean, you're cool with him. I personally don't like him at all. I've had videos I've sent Rob a long time ago, him sitting in an interview saying, laughing, masks don't work. In a pandemic, it might stop a droplet, it doesn't work. 2 months later, wear a mask. Everybody mask. He's wearing a mask throwing out the first pitch, outdoors by himself on the mound, and then he changes
in sunlight,
and then he goes 3, and then he goes put 3 on. And I also think when it comes to a big network, was Pfizer advertiser for CNN?
I don't know.
Whoever was selling this drug, the vaccine, I'm pretty sure they have meetings with the higher up saying, hey, listen, we're selling this vaccine. Tell everybody it's good and it's cool. Because me personally, Chris, I have high blood pressure. I guarantee you, if I had the vaccine, I'd be in really bad shape right now, and I'd probably die. I know it in my heart of hearts, and they tried to push it on me. They tried to tell me, people in Los Angeles were like, you're the problem. They're like, I'm dead serious. Somebody told me, terrorism, we don't give a shit about that. It's people like you. Like, I was the threat to people. Thank God I didn't listen. Thank God I was patient, because I'm like, how can we trust the science when there hasn't been enough time to test it out?
They go on what they know at the time. Look, my only beef with this is, I agree with what Vinny's saying, although, look, you can't know what happens, you have the vaccine or not. But I understand why you're playing careful about it, because you have an existing condition.
Yeah.
You're worried about it. I get it. And Tom, of course, hindsight is 20/20. Surprise, surprise. What I'm saying is this. I have no problem with people criticizing what was done. Just be across the board about it. You show me Fox News putting out a different level of concern than CBS was, or CNN, or whatever your boogeyman is. Show me. You will not. Show me Republican lawmakers in positions of prominence saying, I know that Ron Paul. Find him, the big contrarian, right?
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul, sorry.
Yeah,
Rand Paul. Ron is the father.
Yep.
Rand Paul.
Yep.
Show me him saying, no, here it is. Here's the proof. It was never overt like that. So don't use it as a political cudgel. If you want to look back and say, you guys all pushed X, Y, and Z too much, and one of those is the vaccine. Okay. Am I able to agree with that now? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know enough about the data. I know the politics. I know well enough politically to say now that the vaccine is unpopular. But show me Sean Hannity. Show me Bill O'Reilly. Show me Ben Shapiro. Show me Tucker Carlson at that time saying, no way, never, never, never. That's why Joe Rogan blew up.
I want to go to our sponsor because Minnect is on fire. And let me give you guys some statistic here. It's very, very important, guys, for you to know this. Guy sends me a message today. I won't give you his name, but I'll tell you the question he asked me. Hey, Patrick, life-changing content, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, I've become burned out with my life. I'm a structural engineer. I'm starting to have panic attacks and constant anxiety. And I'm thinking about going across country and living abroad. I don't want to live in America right now. And he's sending me a message. Guy does very well for himself. Makes a few $100,000 a year. Doesn't know who to get in contact with. Sometimes these types of questions you can't ask your relatives. You can't ask your family. You can't ask your siblings because they're going to sit there and say, wait, you're going through tough times? Do you know a cold response, Vinny, on email? What percentage of cold email you send to somebody, what percentage of the time people respond? 1%. Do you know on Instagram, it's 3%. Twitter is 3 to 5%. LinkedIn is 8 to 12%. You know what a cold response on Minnect is right now? 91%. And you know what's even better than the 91%? Over 50% of the time, you will get the answer to your question within 24 hours. Why is that important? Because anybody that I want to get a hold of, I don't have a problem saying, hey, man, I value your time. Here's $200. What do you think about this? I'm thinking about raising money on this. Hey, here's $50. I'm going through this issue right now. What do you think about this? Hey, I'm trying to raise some money. What are some 5 things you can tell me about doing this? Hey, my wife and I are going through some challenges. Hey, we're trying to put our kids into private school. What do you think about this? Hey, I'm thinking about leaving my job to start a business. What do you think about this? Minnect has become the top networking app where people get back to you promptly. And the reason why they do is because you show respect for their time by simply saying, hey, I'm willing to pay for a speedy response. By the way, go ahead and Minnect Cuomo on anything he said today you disagree with. Go to Minnect him. Ask him a question. See what kind of answers he gets. The audience loves Cuomo's answers. That's his QR code. Go to his QR code. Ask him a question. Go have a conversation with Vinny or Adam or Sauce and see what kind of response they're giving you. By the way, on top of that, Tulsi Gabbard just crossed 100 Minnect. Awesome. And she's responding on Minnect. We even ran a contest right now with Minnect that we're going to be having dinner together here in South Florida at Casa D'Angelo. And then afterwards, we're going to go to the cigar lounge. And here's what the Leaders Bulletin right now looks like. All you have to do is go to Minnect.com. Rob, if you can go to Minnect.com, click on the logo, Rob. There you go. You go to Minnect.com on the top left, click on the Leaders Bulletin. Then when you go there, you can see the video to explain the contest. But if you go below, there's different categories. That's the lightweight right now. At the top is Tulsi. Then it's Brandon Davis. Then it's, I can't read it if you can zoom in. What's that name? Santino Testani, okay, at third place. Wow, look at Joanne Gavilan is right behind Santino, 73, and then Gary Wood, 66. Then go to the middleweight, Rob, if you want to go to the middleweight. Middleweight, we have Fernando still at the top with 69. Then you got Parsa, he's about to pass him up, 68. Then you got Michael Mara and Tomo, the rest of the camp. Then if you can go on the right, Rob, you're even there. Is that Rob Gargoyle? At the 10th spot. Middleweight. Rob is getting Minnect. Freaking sick. All right, so then we have the heavyweights. Dustin, boom, 204. Calvin G, 109. Chris, third, 59. Krishan, 48. Then Dennis, Ben Pappas, Aaron Mond. And then we got Sapula, or Mario. And I go to home team. Vinny's just dominating everybody. 497, 304, 252. Adams one away from 100, 99. Then go to the bottom for people asking the most questions. You got Eddie at the, he's asking 90. This is a brand new person using Minnect. 93 questions. Terry Hall, 92. Manuel Lopez, 88. Eric, 76 questions being asked. And then go to the right. People that have been on Minnect before. Dustin's asked 229. Wow, Sarujan got 219, Ozzy 197, and then you got the rest of the folks. So go use the app, start Minnecting today, get the answer to your questions. I've learned from a long time ago at 23, 24, 25 years old, I am willing to pay to get the answers now because the right answer to a question I have today, not 6 months from now, not a year from now, not 2 years from now, from the right qualified person can change my life and save me years of headaches. Anyways, download the app, start Minnecting today.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.